Merry meet, Cupsters. This is Opal Luna from Moonpath Cups, and I'm coming to you today from Minerva's Temple. This is where we usually do some fiber magic, but today I want to talk about hurricane season. I'm also a weather witch of sorts. Specifically, I want to talk about a pagan's view of hurricane season. I think it's very important that we give that a few minutes consideration, don't you? All right. So, especially here in South Florida, we know that June 1st marks the beginning of hurricane season. And this should prompt us to take a look at those hurricane supplies. A lot of us are campers, so it's really just a question of pulling out those camping supplies and making sure everything is in order. You want fresh batteries. You want flashlights that work. You want the propane tanks ready for your cook stove. Everything that's going to make your life a little bit more comfortable for at least 3 days in your home, possibly without electricity. All right, so think about that and get all that stuff together on June 1st. This way, no panic when we have a hurricane scare. If you are in an area where it is usually evacuated, plan for that. Where will you go? What will you do? When will you leave? When will you be uncomfortable enough to leave? Short of them telling you you've got to go. And again, preparation then keeps you from panicking when the situation does arise. And if you live in Florida, the situation will arise eventually. So better safe than sorry. That's what I say. Another thing that we should think about during hurricane season is our respect as pagans for nature itself. Nature is big and we are small. Don't ever forget that. We know that most humans have actually lost touch with the weather spirits. And as pagans, we want to respect that force of nature. We are comfortable in our homes with our hurricane codes, and we feel safe. The tracking allows us time to prepare. And this is all great. It is a blessing. But we should never forget that we should be prepared spiritually, mentally, emotionally, as well as physically during hurricane season. With the exception of snowbirds, we're stuck here. So we need to make the best of it. We need to plan early. Several years ago, this book was recommended to me, Weather Shamanism. It was written by Nan Moss with David Corbin, and it talks about the relationship between humans and the weather spirits. It acknowledges that there's been a disconnect in a lot of ways, but our relationship with those spirits can be renewed and strengthened if we give it the effort. Let me read. I have a little portion of that book that I'd like to share with you. This is a passage from one of the spirit walks that the author related. I fly to the upper world in the company of power animals, asking to meet a spirit of weather. I do not know why, but I feel ecstatic. We fly through a layer of storm clouds, up and up, searching until we finally are face to face with a cloud being. He is impossibly large, with lightning shimmering in his eyes And when he speaks, snowballs tumble out of his mouth. I feel glad to have my helping spirits nearby. I introduce myself and respectfully ask the cloud being for a teaching for our community. I am genuinely surprised and dismayed by his teaching. He is unmistakably annoyed. He tells me that essentially our culture has forgotten him, that in times past people all over the world spoke to him, prayed to him, and worked with him. He is now ignored. Now our science and knowledge attempt to depersonalize him, despirit him. So he creates abhorrent, rough weather that we will notice, puzzle over, and know that we do not know. As I feel the Spirit's mood, I am speechless. I offer a thank you for his teaching and my promise to share this with the circle and community. Pagans should be connecting with nature, forming relationships. See? And if not, then nature tries to get our attention. Something to think about. This book refers to weather as the emotions of our planet. I highly recommend this book. It has a whole chapter on hurricanes. It warns that the weather will pick up on the vibes humans give off, and as pagans, we have a lot of healing to do to make up for the actions of our species as a whole. At one point, the message came from Spirit. You are so quick to bulldoze the homes of others. Why do you lament when I feel need for change? Makes us think. Okay, we get the message, right? In addition to our physical preparations, we will make spiritual, mental, and emotional preparations to deal with hurricane season and strive to live in harmony with nature all year long. I've been thinking that really our preparation should start on Earth Day with a blessing for the oceans, because it's so huge, it's impossible to know what to wish for. Is the water too warm? Is the Gulf Stream too slow? I don't know. I'm not an expert. I just know that I want to call for healing. I want nature to do what nature does. And I want to be safe at the same time. So Moonpath Cups has been performing an annual ritual for a while now, asking for protection during hurricane season. It has changed and evolved over the years, but some of the basic points remain the same. And one particular point that I'm questioned on once in a while is my raising energy, the raising of power during the calling of the quarters. Someone said, it sounds like you're trying to make a hurricane, what's up with that? Well, my thinking was that to know something takes walking a mile in its shoes, right? So we must become one with it. This book says, I return to the realm of the cloud spirit. I find myself hovering with my power animal before a gigantic and glowering cloud face. I am change, it bellows. Spirit of change I am. You have turned away from me because your world seeks to control. Embrace change. Align with the forces of change. Embrace weather. I asked if we are supposed to worship weather. No, but open to it. Align with it. Receive its teachings. Love the weather. I thank this impressive spirit and prepare to leave. As we turn away, I hear this last utterance, a warning perhaps. Watch what happens when weather doesn't change. Ooh, ominous. Does it seem like people are always complaining about the weather no matter what it is? If it's cold, oh, it's too cold. I wish it was warmer in the middle of summer. It's so hot. I wish it was cold. Why is it raining? Why is it not raining? The words of the Buddhist monk Thich Nhat Hanh are relevant to this idea. The individual and all of humanity are both a part of nature and should be able to live in harmony with nature. Nature can be cruel and disruptive, and therefore at times needs to be controlled. To control is not to dominate or oppress, but to harmonize and equilibrate. We must be deep friends with nature in order to control certain aspects of it. We should be able to prevent, to a large degree, the destruction that natural disasters cause. But we must do it in a way that preserves life and encourages harmony. You know, at work I have to put on my report papers what the weather was like because I work in retail and that matters. And no matter what it is, I put the weather was good. Was it hot? That's good. Was it cold? That's good. Was it raining? That's good. Weather is good. Your preparation for the weather will make the difference. Hurricanes spin widdershins in the northern hemisphere. They are the crones of our weather. As such, they call for our respect in that their powerful destruction actually brought about our very existence. Just as the crone represents death and rebirth, the hurricane, by churning up the elements, nutrients, and components that bring life through that destruction. Hurricanes fill our reservoirs. This is why our ritual is for hurricane protection, not prevention. Allow me to speak as the crone hurricane. This is the crone hurricane speaking to the tiny, stubborn beasties. For eons, I have left the coast and moved out to the sea. Warmed by the sun, the air encourages the ocean to give up its moisture to form my clouds. I will dance with the rhythm of the earth. I will spin along with that delicious pull, faster and faster, ever spiraling inward. Stronger and stronger I grow, ready to churn the ocean floor. I scatter the water and seeds and life as I go. I am brilliant. Can't you see that? I am a force of nature, and as such, I am big, really, really big. There was a time when you folks would skedaddle at my forecast. Humans, unlike any other animal, now choose to build their homes to withstand me? Is that a challenge? No, my tiny stubborn beasties, take heart, for I take no offense. Nature is not evil or good. Nature just is what it is. And of late, I have heard the pleas of some who stand with my good friend Lady Florida. Lady F and I go way back. Let us strike a bargain then. I will do my best work out over the ocean. That is where I am happiest after all. I will do my darndest to calm myself as I reach your lands, naturally. But beware and be ready. Act with caution. Prepare for the worst and hope for the best. An annual ritual in my name would be nice as well. Recognize me as a living entity and join me in a dance of balance. And I will concede. May your windows hold. I'd like us to make a candle together now. A hurricane protection candle. We use these at Moonpath Cups when we have a hurricane scare. If we all prepare them and then we get together, usually live on Facebook. It's amazing what we can do nowadays, right? And then we can all light our candles and renew that ask for protection. Okay. Now, to make this candle is very simple. You just need like one of these emergency candles that you get at the dollar store. I think they come with 7 or 8 in the box, which is good because you can make them all up. If you're the type of person that lights a candle and likes to see it burn all the way down, then you'll need more than one of these for hurricane season. If you want to snuff it out each time you say your prayer, then this might last a while. Hopefully we don't have that many scares that you would use the whole candle in that case. Okay, so you need a candle like this. You need something to scratch on the candle with. I have this big darning needle, but you could use a nail or a skewer of some kind. And you need a little bit of oil. It doesn't really matter. You can use olive oil if you like, but I have some lavender oil. I have some rosemary oil. You're going to be adding more correspondences to your candle that way. So think about what you want to do. Healing, calm, protection. You need a little bit of cinnamon. Yeah, cinnamon is great. Cinnamon adds strength and protection and success and healing and wealth. Why not? Might as well go for the whole gambit when you're lighting your candle. Okay, so you're going to take the needle and you're going to scratch symbols, runes, words into your candle that mean something to you. You can put, the pentagram, of course. You can actually write, may your windows hold. That is our mantra. That is our cups mantra for hurricane season. May your windows hold. There we go. You probably know some runes or something that is part of your magical practice that you can put in this candle and make it your own. After you've done all the scratching you want, you take a little bit of oil on your finger, just enough, right? And you rub it on your candle. Rub it from end to center because that's what enhances your intention. From each end to the center. Ooh, that was the rosemary one. I feel protection and healing already. Now, when you put your cinnamon on there, it's going to get caught in those cracks, the scratches that you made, and it's going to manifest your intentions with those sigils. Right? And again, from end to center, turn it around, from end to center, enhancing those intentions. And really focus on what you want to see, that protection. And feel thanksgiving for that protection. You know? So now, you got a little bag like this. You can stick it in that little bag. And what I have in the bag is some mugwort, some peppermint, some lavender. But you could put whatever speaks to you in this bag. In fact, during the hurricane season, you could probably collect little mementos, maybe a little vial of rainwater from an early storm. We have another chant that we do at Moonpath Cups right before hurricane season. Strong rains in May, keep hurricanes at bay. Strong rains in May, keep hurricanes at bay. We chant that together. You could take some of a little bit of that May rainwater and put it in here. Whatever speaks to you, when you find your embellishments, you'll know them. A leaf that speaks to you, an herb that it means something to you. And this will be the perfect place to store your little hurricane candle until it is needed. All right. Now, we're going to charge this hurricane candle during a hurricane protection ritual. And this is based upon the ritual that Moonpath Cups does for realsies the first week of June every year, has done so for a while. I've presented it as a ritual that can be done for a solitary practitioner. This way, anyone can add to our energy, and everyone should add to our energy. And if you have a group of people you'd like to do it with, it will be very easy to just dole out the quarter calls or what have you. Sometimes we have a bard that tells us the story of the ant and the grasshopper as a precautionary tale against preparation is the key. We might play some music and dance together, and you can flesh out this ritual for a group quite easily. Just use your imagination and do what you feel calls to you. All right, let's do a ritual for hurricane protection. Okay, I have changed to handheld mode now, so you can see my ritual altar setup. I've used elements of hurricane season to represent the four quarters. Here in the east I have one of these little radios. I also have feathers. You might also include a hand fan, because when the air conditioner goes out, you might need one of those. There's a roll of masking tape just for fun. And there's our hurricane protection candle. In the south, we have not only candles, but flashlights and the like. In the west, of course, water. I was also thinking that since the west is healing waters, you could put your first aid kit in the west as well and bless that while you're at it. And in the north, got some cans of beans. Also have a bottle of Florida water to represent the flowers and the land. In the center, we have our offering, water, and crackers. This is about survival, folks, not the creature comforts. We have a candle for the god and a candle for the goddess. Those stones were given to me by a good friend who has passed through the veil since. There's another hurricane candle. I make quite a few. I am the kind that likes to burn that candle down. All right. So once you've got everything all set up ready to go, you cleanse your space with the Florida water. Just give it a squirt. Spray yourself and your surroundings. See that? And while you do so, you can chant, "Sacred scent, alive and free, cleanse all worry, so mote it be." Now it's time to call the quarters. This will put you in the eye of the storm. You start in the east. You see how it's written on the back? That's when we did it in a group. All right, now 5 times each around the circle, you're going to call the quarters. In the east, the wind is rustling. 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 In the south, the fire is raging. 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 In the west, the water is rising. 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 In the north, the earth is rumbling. 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 Whew! You feel all that energy swirling around you, with you being safe in the center, in the eye of the storm. Now we will invoke the gods, lighting the goddess candle. Come on. We will say, "Silence!" Here in the eye of the storm, the spirit is calm. I appeal to the goddess in her many forms, Hera, Tempestus, Oya, goddesses that can hold back the ravaging storms only to send them down to earth with a vengeance. Please accept this offering to calm the spirit and turn the rain clouds into rainbows. Keep me safe within your good graces. Be with me in this system, in this season of uncertainty. So mote it be. And now we light the God's candle. In the circle, all is calm. I appeal to the God in his many forms, Zeus, Jupiter, Oko, gods of rain and storm, causing the clap of thunder and the bolt of lightning that sends us all to cover. Please accept this offering to sweeten the disposition and turn the sound of thunder into shouts of praise for you. So mote it be. As a side note, you can work with whatever gods and goddesses call to you, especially if you have storm gods that you actively work with in your practice. Now take that hurricane candle in your hand and think about yourself and your family, your loved ones, your community that might be in harm's way this hurricane season, and see them protected, see them taken care of in whatever needs shelter, food, water. See the community banding together to ensure everyone is safe and able to ride out the storm without harm. Holding this vision in your mind's eye, charge the candle with this poem. Hurricanes spin widdershins. They banish the dead and dying stuff. Blow away all negativity, but limbs and leaves are quite enough. My home is a living thing, its heartbeat strong with love and life. Wind, see the difference and leave it be. Rain, soak the earth but spare me strife. The goddess stands within my walls. My windows hold strong and true. My roof stays put in spite the squalls when Mother Nature forms anew. Now it's time to take part of our hurricane feast. Of course, as I said, clean water and plain crackers. Clean water in times of need becomes more precious than the finest mead. May you never thirst. Plain crackers in danger's wake become far sweeter than the richest cake. May you never hunger. As part of this ritual and paying it forward, it is also a good idea to make a donation to a food bank at this time of year. When you gather together your bag of groceries to pay it forward, you can bless it by saying, "May those in need no hunger not. May those in need never thirst. May those in need receive their aid. May those in need be safe and whole. So mote it be. Blessed be." Your efforts will come back threefold when you are the one in need. Release the gods and goddesses and the elements, thanking them for their attention and presence at your right. Hail and farewell. Bring your donation of food to your local food pantry and tuck this candle away in your hurricane supplies and light it when you need protection from the storm. Thank you for taking the time to consider a pagan's view of hurricane season. May you and yours be blessed and safe. So mote it be. Blessed be.